I'd like to thank everybody for joining me this morning. Today, I want to talk about an important tool and strategy for us, and that is policy reviews. Policy reviews are important for our clients to know that the insurance that they've purchased is the best for them, and for them to understand that if they need to upgrade, that they can. So as you look at life insurance, life insurance is based on goals, making sure that the goals fit what you're trying to accomplish. So if you need it, we can maximize the death benefit. Most of our customers understand that life insurance has a big death benefit component. And there again, some people believe that's the only component of life insurance is the death benefit. But there's additional living benefits, and one of the big living benefits is long-term care. You can have a chronic illness rider. You can have a long-term care rider. Those are benefits that are going to allow you to use that death benefit now if you have those long-term care issues, pressing on you today. Finally, life insurance can have a cash value component. The beauty of the cash value of life insurance is that life insurance can grow tax deferred. You can access it during life tax-free. So that can be used as a what-if bucket of money. That can be used as part of your retirement planning. But it's a nice part of your planning that allows you to use the money when you need it and if you need it. And if you don't need it, that's going to pass on to your heirs as a tax-free death benefit. So it's part of that is what's the most important. Sometimes the answer is all three, that we want an element of all of those. Maybe that brings us to the point we need more than one policy to get all of your goals accomplished. But we can make sure that the life insurance fits what you have. Now, a lot of people have bought life insurance, and they bought the life insurance and they just put it in the drawer, never to look at it again, hoping it's there when the need arises. What I want to do is recommend that we are reviewing these policies just like every other financial instrument that we have on a regular basis, and preferably at least annually. To do the policy review, we need to look at, whatever information we can get currently, their current statements. And if we need to, we can go to the insurance company and have them run an in-force illustration that shows us what the policy is doing now, not what it was 10 years ago when the policy was purchased, but how it's performing now. Have there been loans on it? Have the premiums been paid appropriately? Is the growth in there that was expected? All of that brings us up to date. So we can look at that policy and see, is it matching the goals and circumstances? And life happens. If somebody bought a life insurance policy 10 years ago, during that 10 years, has somebody been, have we had a birth, a death, changed businesses, changed employment, married, divorce? All of those life changes can affect your need for life insurance. Either increase it, decrease it, eliminate it. We just want to make sure that the life insurance is matching where you are today going forward. After we've done that review, then we can start looking at what the results are. If your policy is doing what it needs to and matches your goals and objectives, hey, congratulations, I'll pat you on the back and let you know, keep your policy. This is the best fit for you, and you're happy. Hey, you know that it fits, it's doing what it's going to do. Let's look at it again next year. If we need to adjust the death benefit up, down, get more, get less, we can do that. We can adjust the premiums. I've worked with a number of clients through the years that, they're at that point where we can eliminate the premiums and free up that money for other things. Now, we might want to add the new living benefits, the long-term care kind of benefits. All of those things can be done. Sometimes we have to get a new policy to do that. But there again, we want to make sure it's the right fit. If you're at that point of your life where you don't need the death benefit anymore, you don't need that policy, you can either surrender that to the insurance company, or we can look at the life settlement market and potentially sell that for more than the surrender value. Those are just things we want to look at so that you're making good decisions on what to do with your policies. Now, a lot of people have existing policies. as we go in and start looking at these policies, we want, just like I showed on the previous slides, we want to make sure we look at what you have now. We want to make sure we understand what you have now, how that's fitting into your financial picture, and do a good review to make sure, how does this fit for you? Once we've done that analysis, if that policy is doing what it needs to do, keep it. You don't have to replace it if you don't want to. It's just making sure if it's doing what it's wanting what you want it to do, keep it. It's meeting your goals and objectives for now. Doesn't mean we don't look at it and maybe do some changes later on, but that's okay because you're doing the best that you can as of today. Finally, if we need to make changes to your current policy. Now, if it's a term policy, and you bought a term policy that may be getting close to expiring, or you look at it and let's say you were 30 years old and you bought a 20-year term policy. Well, that's great until you're 50, but after you turn 50, the policy premiums are going to go up substantially. Now we can look at, do we go out and get a new policy? Or can we convert the term policy that you have, protect your insurability? Sometimes people, as they get older, their health is, goes downhill a little bit. All of those things, if we can convert the term policy and make that easy, let's do it. Let's make sure that policy that you had for 20 years now can be set up to last the rest of your life. If your current policy needs to be changed, the IRS and in the tax code, section 1035 allows tax-free exchanges of life insurance policies. So if you've got cash value in your current policy and you may have gains in your current policy that we don't want to pay tax on, under 1035 of the tax code, we can exchange that into a new life insurance policy. There again, why would we get that new life insurance policy? Because mortality costs have gone down. The cost of insurance has gone down because people are living longer. Also, we look at that and say, getting a new policy allows us to add those extra benefits, maybe better cash value growth, maybe a long-term care rider. There again, how can we help you use this policy a little bit better, help it fit more of your needs? And if that is a new life insurance policy, we want to make sure you understand the benefits of it and why it's a good idea to make that change. Now, here's some other things to look at. Maybe it's time you don't need as much death benefit, but you want to get more retirement income on a perpetual basis. So maybe exchanging that life insurance policy to an annuity is a good idea for you. Again, 1035 of the tax code allows us to exchange a life insurance policy to an annuity, income tax free. And finally, and I see this happening more and more, people realize they want a long-term care policy. Well, if you have a life insurance policy that you don't need anymore, that's not part of the picture for you going forward, we can exchange that again under section 1035 of the tax code, exchange that life insurance policy with cash value that you own now into a long-term care policy that's going to help you pay for those long-term care needs as you move, later in life. So there again, it's helping you get the right fit based on your circumstances. And there again, when you bought the policy originally 10, 20, 30 years ago, you probably bought it based on the goals and needs that you had at that time. Things change, life happens. Now we just want to make sure as you go through the stages of life, your life insurance planning fits exactly where you are. So as you start looking at this, complete your puzzle. A lot of planning is getting the right puzzle pieces for you identified in the right place, and then make sure that they're all hooked together so the picture for you starts matching what you want it to be. Life insurance is a good strategy. There again, it's not the only strategy, but if life insurance fits, we want to make sure that you have the right policy. It's meeting your goals and objectives, and that as you go through your stages of life, we're there to help protect that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I appreciate you listening to me today, and we'll talk again next week. Thank you.